State.
So as we get set for this match, an interesting fact here is both Samantha Martinez and Amelia Haas, in an interview a few weeks ago, they said this was the match they were looking forward to. They want to get payback against the Chargers. Last time these two faced off against each other was on September 16th. The Hornets took the first set, but then dropped the next three, so they are looking to get payback on home court tonight.
Like you said, Jacob, the first set, they came out dominant against Cypress.
Peony with the serve, gets received well. Martinez trying to go for a bump, and it gets hit over into the net by Perez. So the first score of the game goes to the Chargers to keep Peony Joe on the baseline for the serve. Right into the middle, bumped by Martinez, a little too far up the net. And it's going to be a double touch on the Hornets, so the Chargers will get another back-to-back point there, making it 2-0 in the first set. Peony Joe once again behind the baseline, trying to make it 3 in a row. Hornets coming in on the attack, gets dinked over the net by the Hornets. Back the other way. Chargers go on the attack with May. Martinez with the bump set, gets tapped away by Castillo. Chargers trying to bump it back over. They do. Hornets trying to come back in. Going in for the spike was Jade McIntyre, but gets nothing but the net onto her own side.
Just couldn't quite get high enough on the jump.
Peony Joe once again on the serve. Hornets going in for a cross-court attack with Castillo. Diving block made by the Hornets, trying to get it back over the net. They do. Haas on the attack. Goes off the hands of Amelia Haas and onto the floor, making it 4 straight unanswered points for the Chargers. And so far, no answers by the Hornets. Bump received by the Hornets. Coming in back on the attack was Castillo. Received well by the Chargers. Dinking it over. Diving dig made by Martinez and goes underneath the net was Camille Castillo on the attempt to keep the ball alive, and instead it goes underneath the net. 5 straight unanswered points for the Chargers to start off the first set. Peony Joe on the serve. Martinez on the receive. Going in for the dink attack was McIntyre. No answer there, though. Goes off the hands of a Hornet. Bethany May on the attack as we have the first timeout made by the Hornets.
Off the hands of Mayfield.
So Hornets take the first timeout of the set. This is the first set. The Chargers taking a commanding 6-0 lead. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. As we take a look at the team comparison here, the overall record for the Chargers is 13-5, while the Hornets are 7-11. Chargers also having 788 kills compared to Hornets 575. Also more assists made by the Chargers with 705 compared to the Hornets 484. And the digs over 1,000 for the Chargers, while the Hornets are at 868. As we get set now to continue off the first set here. Chargers take a commanding 6-0 lead. Peony Joe once again on the serve. She has not gotten bumped off that baseline just yet so far. As it gets smashed over the net by Bethany May after a struggling receive by the Hornets, make it 7 unanswered points now.
Fullerton, they've been looking forward to this match. It looks like they're a little nervous to start this game so far.
Peony Joe on the serve once again. Martinez on the receive and gets slammed down. Made by Jade McIntyre to get the first point for the Hornets, and that's the first side out of the match.
With some power, too, right in that back corner. Commanding way to get the ball back for the Hornets.
Amelia Haas on the serve. Gets bump received well by the Chargers. Gets the line. Jubilee Allen on the attack. Gets the back right corner and gets an immediate side out for the Chargers.
So right back to the Chargers. They're looking to keep command of this set.
So Jessica Ferreira is now going to be on the serve. Going for a cross serve. McIntyre on the receive. On the other side, Amelia Haas goes in for the attack. Back the other way. Trying to slam it down. Goes off the hands of the Hornets. Bumped back over. And gets slammed down once again by the Chargers, making it 9-1 in the first set.
Beautiful jump shot there by Shanae Martinez. You can see why she's leading the conference in points, in digs, excuse me.
Martinez on the receive and goes right into the net, unable to follow through, makes it 10-1.
Leading the, like I was saying, Shanae Martinez leading the conference with kills, 232.
Ferreira on the serve once again. Hornets coming in on the attack. It's cross-court shot made by Ann Mayfield, makes it 10-2. And now the Chargers lose their serve once again on that attack. And now it's going to be Maylee Taban on the serve.
Castile checks out for Moretta Poe.
Taban has 20 service aces so far this season. Chargers trying to keep the ball alive. It gets bumped over by Ferreira. Coming on the attack, attempting to dink it over was Jade McIntyre, but gets denied by the wall of the Chargers for another side out.
Jubileen Allen getting her hand up there, tipping that back over to maintain possession for the Chargers. Great, good play.
Ashlyn Riddle now on the serve, 16 service aces coming into tonight. Moretta Poe on the receive. Mayfield on the attack. Saying it's out of bounds on the attack made by Shayna Martinez for a side out for the Hornets.
Nobody was there for Fullerton. Luckily for them, it was just out of bounds.
Haley De La Riva now on the serve, trying to get the Hornets back into the first set. Chargers coming in on the attack. Gets denied by the block of Corey Burke, but it's out of bounds. Little too much power on that block.
Corey Burke getting up there, but just too much power on that one, but you like to see it.
So now Victoria Reza now going in on the substitution, going behind the baseline on the serve. It's 12-3 in favor of the Cypress Chargers, as they're going to try to run away with the first set here, but the Hornets are going to try to bounce back in here. Poe on the receive, gets cross-court attack, but out of bounds. Corey Burke unable to get it inside the court, and another point for the Chargers.
Trying to attack that middle, over the middle.
Reza on the serve once again. That time clips the net. Martinez trying to go for a diving dig, but not able to get there in time, and another score for the Chargers.
Fullerton was playing back on that on that set, and they were leaving the open hole in the middle. Fullerton College student athletes are all in, united in serving our campus and local communities by supporting causes that make a difference. Join us and be all in, too. What's happening now is with the All In food drive for the Fullerton College Chris Lamb and Tony DeBus Walker Memorial Food Bank. The food bank is experiencing a large increase in the number of students in need of food bank resources. Items needed are canned fruits, vegetables, soups and sauces, rice or other grains, pasta, dried fruit and vegetables, powdered milk or cereal.
So as we get back into the match, the timeout was taken by the Hornets. We are still in the first set. The score is 14-3 in favor of the Chargers. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. Behind the baseline is Reza on the serve. Received by Martinez. Poe coming in for the cross-court attack, but gets received well by Riddle. Going in for another attack, gets blocked away by Corey Burke. But not over yet. Another block made by Burke. Trying to go the other way now. Trying to dink it over the net was Moretta Poe, but gets denied by the Chargers.
Big wall for Cypress there. Pro Temp was up there, got a tip to combat Poe on that attack, on that attempt.
So Reza now back on the baseline. She's going to try to get it once again, clipping the net. Martinez unable to answer for it. And it's another service ace for the Chargers, keeping Reza behind the baseline. Before coming in tonight, Reza had 9 service aces. That's her 10th of the season. Poe on the receive. Amelia Haas trying to recover it. Mayfield hits it over the net. Coming in for the attack, goes off the hands of Corey Burke once again. Trying to dink it over the block of Corey Burke. Martinez on the bump serve and gets hit by Mayfield, who slams it down to make it 16-4 in favor of the Chargers still, but now they get to serve back once again. So now Mayfield gets behind the baseline for the first time tonight for the serve. Down by 12 points. It's going to be a big hill to climb for the Hornets, but they have came back from deficit like this before. Can they do it against the Chargers tonight? Received by Ferreira. Coming in for the attack, goes out of bounds. Made by the attack from Shea Martinez, who's leading the points for the Chargers so far this season. So Mayfield's going to stay behind the baseline for the serve. Trying to ring in a rally here for her team. Received well by Riddle. Coming in for the attack, goes off the hands of Corey Burke and into the hands of Mayfield. Moretta Poe trying to hit it over. And it's going to be a point for the Chargers once again.
Moretta Poe trying to uppercut that one over, just couldn't get it.
So now Sheena Martinez back behind the baseline. 17-5 in the first set in favor of Cypress. Trying to close out the first set. Taban on the receive. Poe on the attack. And they say it's out of bounds off the sideline once again. Getting the Chargers closer to getting the first set. Shea Martinez once again back behind the baseline. 21 service aces this season. Most kills and points this season as well for her team. Poe going in for a cross attack, hits the ceiling and gets bumped over the net by Riddle. Moretta Poe going in for another feint attack, received well by the Hornet or by the Chargers. Taban on the receive. It's a little bit of chaos there. Martinez now setting it over to Moretta Poe. Hits the antenna though, so it's going to be the point for the Chargers.
Nice little rally there. Great defensive plays by both sides. Taban digging one out. You can see how aggressive these teams can get.
So now it's going to be Martinez still on the serve. As it's another service ace for Sheena Martinez against Samantha Martinez to get the Chargers to the 20-point.
That one looked like it caught Samantha a little awkwardly. Usually see her make those.
So now Sheena Martinez once again on the serve. This time Samantha Martinez gets to receive. Moretta Poe on the set. Tapped over by Amelia Haas. Chargers coming in on the attack. Cross-court attack made by Bontemps. They're going to say it's a double touch against the Hornets, making it 21-5 for the Chargers. So Shayna Martinez stays behind the baseline, 4 points away from securing the first set for Cypress. That's a jump floater, and it's another service ace once again for Shayna Martinez. She's been on fire on those services so far in the first set.
Two Hornets kind of ran into each other, Poe and Taban.
So now Shayna Martinez once again on the serve, 3 points away from victory of the first set. Samantha Martinez on the receive, gets attacked by Corey Burke, but it's past the baseline, out of bounds, so 2 points away now for the Chargers securing the first set. Shayna Martinez going for the middle, received by Taban. Mayfield on the receive and gets tapped over the net by Taban. Goes off the hands of Corey Burke on the attempted block and unable to capitalize on it. So now it's set point here for the Chargers. in the first set. 24-5 in favor of the Chargers. Martinez trying to end the first set. Taban on the receive, Mayfield for the set. Moretta Poe going in for the attack, goes off the net. Second chance here now for Moretta Poe, received well by the Chargers. Coming in for the attack is going to be Bethany May to close out the first set, 25-5. This is Hornet Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. As we take a look at our Fullerton Player Spotlight, we are going to be taking a look at Moretta Poe. She has 19 kills, 241 percentage on their attacks, and 10 digs, ranked on the against Riverside City College. As for the season so far, she's leading the team in kills and kills per set, while fourth on the team in the amount of digs.
She's got 105 digs this year, which again leads the team. She also is the Hornets' leading scorer. She has scored 140 points and on 127 digs, like you said.
And speaking of Moretta Poe, though, she's been leading the team. She's just passed Ann Mayfield on points, but right now she's also tied for 22nd in the conference for most Orange Empire Conference digs. So in conference games alone, she has 52 digs, tied for 22nd in the conference, while season overall, once again, she is at once again 105 for the season overall. So she's a player to look forward to in the second set. She's had a few attacks in this set so far, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, she's played aggressive. I've seen her get up there and strike the ball. She's been caught a little bit at the net sometimes, trying to tip it over. Couldn't quite get over a few, but she's hit some in the back corner as well, as like we've seen what she can do.
What do you think the Hornets can do to get back into this match?
You know, I think looking back to the last time they met in September, Fullerton kind of started the match really quick and kind of took charge in that first set. It looks like Cypress has done that same thing. They know that Cypress ended up coming back to win that game, so I think Fullerton is also in their head, hey, this is not done. They've done it to us. We can do it to them. Let's just get back. Let's regroup and continue from here.
And looking back to the first time they played each other, which was September 16th, that was the Hornets' first conference game of the season. Hornets took the first set and then dropped the next three. Now they're going to try to flip the script and get payback on home court. But for now, as we get into the second set, the Chargers took the first set 25-5. This is Hornet Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. My name is Jacob Fisk, and alongside me is Garrett Geimer. As we start off the second set, it looks like we're going to have most of the players return on the court. We're going to have Amelia Haas, Samantha Martinez, Elizabeth Perez, Ann Mayfield, and Jade McIntyre on the court for the Chargers. For the Hornets, excuse me. And while for the Chargers, we're going to have Ashlyn Riddle, Bethany May, Jubilee Allen, Michaela Katawaki, and Shayna Martinez. As we are underway for the second set, as it gets dumped over the net, made by the Chargers to score the first point of the second set.
Looks like Fullerton has come up more towards the net in the first play of this set. Cypress found a little hole behind everybody, kind of an over pursuit.
So now we're going to have Jessica Ferrara on the serve. Ferrara now on the serve, received by Mayfield. Coming in for the attack, gets denied away by Jubilee Allen. It was Jade McIntyre on the attempted attack, but gets denied by Jubilee Allen. Ferrara now on the serve once again, 2-0 in favor of the Chargers in the second set. Down the line, received by Samantha Martinez, coming in for the attack. Gets slammed down by Caitlin
Casino, I believe. Back to Jubilee Allen. You saw her get up, get that huge block. She's actually leading the conference with blocks per set. She's averaging 1.21. So we saw that one right there pretty early.
Well, because she hit the ball before it went back onto the Chargers side, it's going to be the Hornets' point. So now it's going to be a side out for the Hornets. Tabon now on the serve. It's going to be a floater down the middle, received by Ferreira. Coming in for the attack was Martinez. So now it's going to be 3-1 in favor of the Chargers. Ashlyn Riddle now on the serve, trying to continue this momentum for Cypress. Ashlyn Riddle down the middle, received by Martinez. Gets dinked over the net by McIntyre. Tapped over the net by Ferreira. Tabon on the receive, Haas with the set, Moretta Poe on the attack. Back the other way is the Chargers. Coming in for the attack, hits the top of the net and ricochets back. Coming back in the attack, gets off the hands of Moretta Poe, but it gets slammed down, made by Casino.
Casino right there with exceptional power there. Fullerton just could not get a clean hand on that huge strike by her.
So now Ashlyn Riddle stays behind the baseline. It is 4-1 in favor of the Hornets, or of the Chargers. Tabon on the receive, Haas on the set. Coming in on the attack, received well by Riddle. But it hits the floor, and now it's going to be another point for the Hornets. So Hornets get a side out they desperately need. It's a 2-point differential now for the Hornets. They need to get back into the second set if they want to keep the momentum back in their favor.
Yeah, Fullerton needs to hold on to the ball as long as they can.
Villariva now on the attack for the serve. Chargers coming in for the attack. Almost kept alive, but not able to get to it not able to keep the ball alive, so now it's another point for the Chargers.
Moretta Poe trying to get that over into play again. Corey Burks was closest Hornet there, just was not close enough.
So Emma Casino gets subbed out. Now we're gonna see Victoria Reza on the serve. Score is 5-2 in favor of the Chargers in the second set. Reza on the serve, takes it down the middle. Tabon on the receive. Haas on the set. An attack made by Corey Burke. Immediate side out now for Fullerton, making it 5-3.
Looks like it got a hand of one of the Cypress defenders up front. Sailed a little bit out of bounds, but good job for Fullerton right there, maintaining this possession.
Mayfield now on the serve, down the middle she goes, received by Riddle. Coming in on the attack now, off the hands of Corey Burke, but goes out of bounds as it went past the antenna. Little too much power for the Hornets to get it inbounds.
Hey, that's okay there. It looks like Fullerton has come out with this second set with a little more ambition, I guess you could say. I like to see the aggressiveness so far.
Martinez on the serve down the middle. Samantha Martinez on the receive. Moretta Poe with some power gets received by Riddle. Cross-court attack made by the Chargers, but it goes out of bounds past the sideline. 6-4 still in favor of the Chargers, but the Hornets steal one back.
You can see some emotion there by Fullerton when that one flew out. You know, they know how important this game is against their big rival.
So now it's going to be Perez on the serve. Down the line, received well by the Chargers. Coming in to slam it down was going to be Samano, but they said it's out of bounds, so another score for the Hornets. They are now only down by 1 point, the closest deficit so far since the start of the match. Perez on the serve once again, received by Riddle. Blocked by Corey Burke. Hornets coming in on the attack as it gets past the block with Castillo on the attack. Ties this second set up at 6 points each.
Castillo helping this team bounce back. Bounce back to a tied set.
Perez on the serve. Received by May. It's going to be a dump over the net, a setter dump. So now finally momentum gets slowed down by Cypress as they retake the lead.
I believe that was Larissa Samano with a sneaky little tip over. Had the Hornets with a little campfire.
So now it's Zoe Munn. She was last year's third week state player of the week. As Samantha Martinez is on the receive. Gets slammed down by Corey Burke for an immediate side out to once again tie the second set at 7 points.
And it feels like the momentum has kind of switched in this match. I know it's early, but still, Fullerton has come out hot this second set.
Samantha Martinez is on the serve. Cypress coming in on the attack, goes off the hands of McIntyre. Coming back in on the attack. As it's going to be a point for Castile for the Hornets, taking the lead in the second set, keeping Samantha Martinez behind the baseline. Samantha Martinez on the serve. Going to be down the middle. It's going to hit the floor. It's a service ace for Samantha Martinez, making it back-to-back points for the Hornets.
Right at the feet of Shanae Martinez. You usually see her dig those out.
Samantha Martinez now going down the line, received by the Chargers. This time going in for the attack. Goes off the hands of McIntyre, coming in on the attack. Castile with the attack, kept alive by the Chargers. It's going to be double touch made by Cypress, so it's another point for the Hornets.
Double touch by Cypress. There was a little friendly fire on the far court. They kind of both swung at the ball. Kind of got tied up there. Fullerton maintains.
Samantha Martinez once again down the middle. Adds a little curve on that serve as well. Coming in on the attack, gets blocked by Amelia Haas. And Cypress unable to recover. It's Amelia Haas and Jade McIntyre with the double block, making it 11-7 in the second set.
Jade McIntyre leading the team with blocks this year with 37.
Samantha Martinez going down the line this time, kept alive by May. Tapped over the net by Cypress. Samantha Martinez has to tap it over. It's going to be the Hornets' point because they hit it before it went over the net. That's the second time that's happened this match so far for Cypress. And the Chargers are going to use their first timeout of the second set. The score is 12-7 in favor of the Hornets after dropping the first set 25-5.
Player spotlight, Amelia Haas. On the team, she is #1 in assists, service aces, and hitting percentage. She had 26 assists, 2 service aces, and 6 digs against LA Mission on September 3rd this season.
Amelia Hostel missing 2 games this season. Came back last week, and I have to say, she doesn't look like she skipped a beat so far this this set.
Yeah, okay. Hello, folks. Fullerton College student athletes are all in, united in serving our campus and local communities by supporting causes that make a difference. Join us and be all in. The food bank is experiencing a large increase in the number of students in need of food bank's resources. Donations accepted at the PA division and all FC home games.
Well, on the attack there, Samantha Martinez with the serve. It goes underneath the net on the attack, so now it's going to be Cypress's point. So now it's going to be 12-8 in favor of the Hornets. So now it's going to be Katawaki now is going to be on the serve. Katawaki has 16 service aces prior to coming in tonight. Martinez on the receive. Mayfield keeps it alive as it gets hit too far with too much power with Castillo on the third hit as it goes past the baseline, making it 12-9 now.
Steele kind of punts it over, a little bit too much hang time, just out.
So now Katawaki stays behind the baseline, going in for the serve. Castillo on the attack gets denied by the block of 2 Chargers. Going in for another cross-court attack was Castillo. Chargers now on the attack, hits the top of the net, diving dig made by Mayfield. Castillo on the another attack gets blocked a 3rd time so far this rally. Trying to keep it alive, but goes into the net. Castillo on the last touch. 4 touches against Fullerton, makes it now 12-10, still in favor of the Hornets though.
That timeout, it looked like it kind of woke Cypress up a little bit.
So Michaela Katawaki on the serve. Castillo on the attack, gets received by Martinez. Going down the line, goes off the hands of Amelia Haas. Castillo with the cross-court dink, and she lands it right in the middle of the court. Gets the side out they need to make it 13-10.
Castillo winds up hard for that one. It kind of fooled the Chargers. Little soft touch in the middle, get the point.
Amelia Haas on the serve now. Going cross-court, received well by Cypress. Coming in on the attack, goes off the hands. Mayfield keeps it alive. Martinez on the follow-up and tapped over the net by Perez. Cypress now on the attack. Goes off the hands of Haas. Martinez having to bump it back over. It's a free ball for Cypress. Coming on the attack at the back row attack made by Martinez. And it gets slammed down by Jade McIntyre to make it 14-10 for Fullerton.
Closest Charger there. Casino tried to get a hand on it. Nobody else was behind her to back it up. Nice little rally here for Fullerton.
Haas now on the serve once again. Cross-court serve received by May. Goes off the hands of Mayfield. Kept alive though from Fullerton and gets bumped over the net by Castillo. Free ball now for the Chargers. Coming in on the attack. Goes into the net was Emma Casino. Making it now 15-10 for Fullerton. So Amelia Haas behind the baseline once again, 15-10 in the second set. Cypress took the first set. Fullerton trying to answer back. Martinez on the receive. Haas on the set, and a cross-court attack made by Castillo. Into the net was the attack with Shayna Martinez. Makes it 16-10 for Fullerton.
Fullerton with a little lead here and a big momentum. You're starting to see Cypress kind of make those little mistakes that Fullerton did in that first set.
Katawaki gets subbed out for Peony Joe for Cypress. Amelia Haas on the serve. Cypress coming in on the attack. Diving dig made by Perez. Gets tapped over the net by Fullerton now. Cypress on the attack, goes into the net off the hands of Fullerton. Taps it over the net was Jade McIntyre. Cypress now taps the ball back over the net. Perez to Amelia Haas to McIntyre. Another point for the Hornets, 17-10 in the second set.
McIntyre very active in that little rally there. She had a few blocks, finally puts it away in the middle court.
Castillo staying behind the baseline for Fullerton. So far, Cypress had no answer for her. Cypress coming in on the attack. Gets slammed down, but out of bounds. Caitlin Emma Casino on the attack and goes out of bounds. We have a yellow card infraction here on Cypress. As it's going to be a warning for one of their players. So now Amelia Haas still behind the baseline. They're 7 points away from winning the second set here. As we have a little delay here, waiting for the referee's okay for Amelia Haas to go in. Amelia Haas is currently 11th in the league, or the conference, for most assists in conference games. She has 72 Orange Empire Conference assists prior to coming into tonight. Cross-court serve made by Haas. Cypress coming in on the attack. Hit down the line by Cypress. Diving dig made by Haas, but unable to capitalize. 4 touches against Fullerton. First point from Cypress in a long time to get the side out they need. So the score is 18-11 in favor of Fullerton in the second set. Cypress took the first set 25-5. A big turnaround for Fullerton in the second set, but it's not over yet. Fullerton coming in on the attack. goes into the net by Ann Mayfield on the attack, so it turns into a 4-touch violation against Fullerton. It's a 6-point differential now for Cypress.
You start seeing Fullerton, they're kind of pulling the Cypress defenders to come up more. If Mayfield got it over, that may have been a point.
Ferreira on the attack, but this time goes right into the net. 19-12 now in favor of Fullerton. 6 points away from getting the second set back after dropping the first set. It's going to be Maylee Tabon now on the serve. Going to try to wrap this thing up for Fullerton in the second set. It's going to be on the Cypress going in for the attack, gets slammed down. They say it's inbound. Shayna Martinez with power catches the left baseline corner to keep their team in it. We have another substitution in. Samano comes back in for Zoe Munn. While we have Ashlyn Riddle coming in for the serve for Cypress to try to break this differential that Fullerton has in the second set. As it's going to be a service ace for Ashlyn Riddle. Fullerton unable to get a touch on the serve. It's a service ace, making it 19-14. Only 5 points now for Cypress to catch right back up.
Little momentum shift, looks like.
Riddle on the serve, down the middle. Tabon on the receive. Martinez on the bump set. Coming on the attack is Moretta Poe, received well by Ferreira. It's going to be double touch against Cypress, though, so now Cypress gets to the 20-point milestone, 5 points away from victory in the second set.
Jacob, going back to pregame, we know Fullerton has been looking forward to this match. It looks like they're having fun out there. It looks like they're enjoying this kind of dominant set. I would say.
Yeah, they've been playing better every time. They've been loud and excited, and first set a little quiet. Second set they've been a little more excited. Coming in on the attack, goes off the hands of a Fullerton defender. Casino on the attack, making it a 5-point differential once again. Cypress just not out of this set yet, so Fullerton has to be careful here. So now they got Victoria Reza behind the baseline.
Casino on that last hit, a little bit of emotion there. You can tell Cypress is really trying to fight back for this one as well.
Poe on the receive, Haas on the set, Burke on the attack. As we have another point scored for Fullerton. On the court for Fullerton, we got Mayfield, Martinez, Tabon, Haas, Burke, and Poe. While for Cypress, we have Samano, Riddle, and Reza. Reza gets tapped over net by Martinez. Moretta Poe with a cross-court attack goes towards our camera crew and out of bounds. 3 points away from a Fullerton second set victory. Cypress will take their second timeout of the set. Fullerton leads 22-15. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. As we take a look at the Orange Empire Conference standings, we got Irvine Valley on top with a 7-1 conference record, followed by Santa Ana and Orange Coast tied for second and third with a 6-2 conference record. Tonight's opponent, Cypress Chargers, currently sitting in fourth place with a 5-3 conference record. Saddleback and Golden West tied with a 4-4 record, even 500 record. Fullerton currently sitting in sixth place with a 3-5 record, and trailing behind him is Riverside with a 1-7, and Santiago Canyon with an 0-8 record. As we get back into the second set, we are in the crunch time for the second set here. Fullerton's up 22-15, and you got some Ann Mayfield on the serve, down the middle, received well by Riddle. It's a dink attempt by Cypress, but received well by Haas. Poe with another dink of her own. Almost hitting it into the net, but bumped over the net. Tabon on the receive. Corey Burke taps it over. 23-15 for Fullerton, 2 points away from winning the second set.
Corey Burke with a nice little tap over the two defenders. they kind of came up expecting her to go hard on that hit. Nice play.
And Mayfield stays behind the baseline, trying to wrap the set up. 2 points away from victory in the second set. Cypress now tapped over the net by Martinez. Taban on the receive. Haas has to tap it over. It's a free ball now for Cypress. Coming in on the attack with power, slams it down, but out of bounds with Shayna Martinez. It's set point for Fullerton, 24-15.
And Shayna Martinez, you can see why she's so good with the power, but just a little bit too much a few times tonight has given Fullerton that kind of edge to maintain and hold that ball.
So it's Mayfield now going to try to wrap this set up. Received well by Martinez, coming in on the attack. Off the net with the attack was Bontemps. Fullerton unable to recover. Bontemps now makes it 24-16. Gets the side out they need. So now it's going to be Shayna Martinez, who's leading the team in kills, attacks, and points prior to coming in to this match tonight. She has to keep the ball in play if she wants to keep her team in the second set.
Little delay here, a little liquid on the court. Tying shoes, getting ready to.
Martinez on the serve, Poe on the receive. Corey Burke trying to dink it over. Cypress trying to keep it alive, gets kept alive by Riddle. Free ball now for Fullerton. Martinez on the bump set, Poe on the attack. Cypress comes in for the attack, goes off the hands of Moretta Poe with lots of power made by Cypress, making it 24-17 to stay alive.
Nice job by Cypress at the beginning of that rally, because when it started off, it looked like Corey got them in a bad position, but nice play to keep that one alive.
Shayna Martinez on the serve, keeps it in play. Samantha Martinez for Fullerton receives it. Moretta Poe goes in for the attack, gets kept alive with a miraculous dive made by Somano on the tip. Moretta Poe trying to come in on the attack, but unable to follow through, and Cypress steals a desperation point.
Wow, what a play by Riddle to dig that one out, and then have Somano with the awareness to kind of flick her hand out and tip it over. Nice play.
Shayna Martinez, Poe on the receive. Poe coming in on the attack. They say it's out of bounds. Riddle lets it go out and is rewarded with that risk.
And Poe with a little bit too much, kind of got it on the outside corner, just too far. Let's see if they can kind of regroup, calm down, and just steal this last point.
Shayna Martinez on the serve, has to keep the ball in play. She does. Samantha Martinez on the receive. Taban on the receive. Poe going in for the attack, kept alive by Riddle. Tapped over the net, made by Toulette. Cypress now coming in, going in for the attack, goes off the hands of Taban. Free ball now for Fullerton. Moretta Poe on the attack. Back the other way is Cypress. Coming in to slam it down, goes off the hands of Fullerton, unable to capitalize. So it's now 24-20.
Off the hands of Hawes.
So now Fullerton is going to take their first timeout of the second set, trying to calm things down. We are in the second set. Fullerton still leads the second set 24-20. The first set was won by Cypress 25-5. Fullerton has a chance to close out the set. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK.
A little bit of drama right now. Chargers have come back with a little bit of, they've taken the momentum. See if Fullerton can come out of this timeout and just get this final point that they need to go on to the next period.
So now it's going to be Shayna Martinez, still once again behind the baseline. Has to keep the ball in play, she does. Samantha Martinez on the receive to Haas. Moretta Poe goes for the attack, gets denied though by Bontemps. Back the other way, into the net on the attack was Moretta Poe, as it's now 24-21.
Little sidearm attempt by Moretta Poe.
So on the court right now for the Chargers, we got Martinez, Riddle, Reza, Bontemps. Meanwhile, Samantha Martinez on the service return, unable to follow through though. So another score for the Chargers. As we have another timeout here called by the Hornets. It's their second timeout and final timeout of the second set. It is 24-22. Hornets still have set point, but the Chargers are not out of it yet. This is the second set. Chargers won the first set. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK.
Hornets with control most of this set have kind of let Cypress kind of creep back into this one. It's getting kind of nervous, wouldn't you say?
I would say so, as they only need 1 point. So on the court now for Fullerton, it's Mayfield, Burke, Tabon, Haas, McIntyre, and Poe. But Shayna Martinez for Cypress is going to try to keep her team in this. Samantha Martinez with the diving dig. Diving attack is Corey Burke, and they get the 1 point they needed to win the second set, 25-22. A little bit of a scare there, but they end up closing out the second set.
Great job there by Corey Burke to get up there. She kind of caught a hand of one of the Cypress defenders, but nobody else was behind her in the middle of that court to pick it off the ground. They get that 1 point, like you said.
And you got to give credit to Cypress. They were down by at least 7 points to close out the set. Hornets only needed 1 point, but Cypress showed no quit and almost got back into the second set there. Yeah,
Cypress came out that second set. They were kind of 50-50 up until like 7 or 8 points, and then that's when Fullerton really kind of took charge. And then it got down to that last point. We were sitting here on the edge of our seats kind of like, oh, come on, come on. But, you know, Corey Burks closes it out with a little bit of drama.
And compared to the first set, I would say Fullerton's done a tremendous job adjusting their game plan, being able to calm down and take a commanding lead in the second set and close out the second set, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, going back to that first set, they kind of looked kind of a little off, I would say. Kind of just a little slow, kind of, you know, it was 25-5. And, you know, Fullerton kind of like woke up in a sense in that second set.
So now as we take a look back at the Orange Empire Conference standings, as this is an Orange Empire Conference matchup, Irvine Valley is currently 7-1 in the conference in first place, followed by Santa Ana and Orange Coast, who are tied for second and third with a 6-2 conference record. Tonight's opponent, the Cypress Chargers, in fourth place with a 5-3 record. They're going to try to jump to the top 3 with a win tonight. And following Cypress for 5th and 6th place is Saddleback and Golden West. They both have a 500 record with a 4-4 conference-only record. Fullerton trails behind them in 6th place with a 3-5 record. They're going to try to jump into the top 5 with a win tonight. And then trailing behind the Hornets tonight is Riverside and Santiago County. Riverside with a 1-7 conference record, while Santiago Canyon with a winless 0-8 record.
Fullerton College student athletes are all in. Join us and be all in. The food drive for Fullerton College with Chris Lamb and Tony Dubois Walker Memorial Food Bank. The food bank has experienced a large increase in the number of students in need of the food bank's resources. Donations are accepted at the PA Division office and at the gate of all Fullerton College home athletic contests. Items needed: canned fruit, vegetables, soups and sauces, rice or any other grains, pasta, dried fruit or vegetables, powdered milk, and cereal. Please donate at your next Fullerton College athletic event.
So now we're starting the third set here. This is Hornet Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. My name is Jacob Fisk, and alongside me is Garrett Geimer, as Cypress won the first set 25-5. But the Hornets said, not so fast. We're going to steal the second set and win 25-22. On the court for the Chargers right now, we have Peony Joe, Riddle, Martinez, Allen, and Casino. Fullerton now coming in. Mayfield with the receive. Perez on the tapping it over. Free ball for Cypress as Jubilee Allen gets the attack there to get the first point of the third set.
Jubilee Allen with some tremendous power there, right in the middle of that Fullerton defense.
So now we got Peony Joe on the serve, received by Perez. Haas now to Martinez. Coming in on the attack. Chargers coming in for the attack. Gets slammed down by Caitlin Emma Casino. Back-to-back points for the Chargers, making it 2-0 to start off this third set.
Back-to-back points by the Chargers and some really fast, quick, strong attacks. Looks like they're trying to get some emotion out as.
So now we have a service ace for Peony Joe, make it 3 unanswered points now for the Chargers.
Another strong attack for Cypress.
She is actually leading the team in service aces on Cypress. Prior to tonight, she had 24 service aces. Coming in on the attack was Fullerton, gets denied by Toulette, making it 4-0 to start off the third set as Cypress riding on the momentum.
That was McIntyre coming up, trying to get that power strike of her own. Wall for Cypress denies it.
Peony Joe now on the serve once again. She hasn't been knocked off that baseline so far. Gets kept alive for just a moment, but not able to follow up as Kaylee Toulette on the attack there makes it 5 unanswered scores.
Kaylee Toulette with a nice left hand, kind of like poking her hand out there with some power there.
Peony Joe on the serve once again. Mayfield on the receive. Haas, as too much power by Castillo goes past the baseline, making it 6 straight points for Cypress.
You see Cypress coming out using their fast attacks. Fullerton trying to combat it. Just a little bit too much air under that strike by a little bit too much power by that strike, and it kind of floats out. So Fullerton with the timeout to kind of regroup here.
So Fullerton takes their first timeout of the third set. The first set was won by Cypress in a commanding 25-5 first set, but Fullerton came back and won the second set 25-22. We are in the third set. The score is 6-0 in favor of the Chargers. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. As we now go back into the third set, it is going to be, once again, who has not been taken off the baseline at all in the third set. It's Anissa Pionjo leading the team in service aces. Fullerton needs to get her off the baseline if they want to get back into this set.
Fullerton sets up, kind of defending the middle.
Corey McIntyre going in for the attack, gets denied. Martinez with the set. Coming in on the attack, it's going to be Castillo. Received well, though, by Martinez. Trying to dink it over the net. Made by Cypress to make it 7 lucky points, or lucky number 7 for the Cypress Chargers.
And Mayfield coming up on that one. She says, my bad, my bad. She kind of misread it a little bit, but her team picks her up.
Martinez on the dig, gets kept alive by Martinez once again, but that time it gets finished off by Kaylee Toulette, making it from lucky 7 to dominant 8.
A little back and forth, gritty action at the net. Kind of lets up a little flare to get to that backcourt where nobody was there.
So Peony Joe hasn't left the baseline at all as it gets slammed down once again by Jubilee Allen. 9 unanswered points for Cypress. Fullerton only has 1 timeout left.
And on that one, Jubilee Allen didn't even need to get up for that one. She just sticks her paw out and slams it right down the middle with some force.
Peony Joe on the serve once again. Castillo on the attack goes off the hands of Riddle. Gets dinked over the net. Martinez. Another feint made by McIntyre. Tapped over the net by Fullerton. Martinez on the bump to Mayfield. Castillo on the attack. Kept alive, though, by Mayfield. Gets hit over the net by Amelia Haas to finally get the first point for Fullerton and get the side out they needed.
Amelia Haas beats the 2 blockers up front. A little 2 fist to get the ball, the ball back for Fullerton for the set.
So now Haas is going to be on the serve. A little bit of a struggle there for Cypress, but they keep it up. Samantha Martinez keeps that up as well on the receive. Tapped over the net by Castillo. Cypress now coming in on the attack. Going in for the attack. Almost gets kept alive. Castillo tried to follow it up to McIntyre, but no one able to follow through. So now it's double digits for the Chargers.
And we saw these Chargers kind of come out in this set. They've come out and kind of like, hey, let's just regain focus and hunker down and chip away.
Ferreira on the serve, gets kept alive. Coming in to slam it down with lots of power and strength is Jade McIntyre. Gets the immediate side out back, making it 10-2. Still in favor of the Chargers, but a huge momentum point for Fullerton.
Yeah, Jade McIntyre, that ball kind of stayed up there, floated for a little bit. She says, thank you very much, slams it down the middle to gain the ball back for Fullerton.
So Taban now comes in for Corey Burke. Cypress coming in for the attack, and they do. It goes past the hands of Amelia Haas. It's 11-2 for Cypress in the third set.
And you can hear the power on these hits for both these teams. You're kind of seeing a little flinching in the backcourt a little bit.
Well, I wouldn't want to try to block something going that fast.
Yeah, me neither. I'm flinching up here at the table.
It kind of scares me when you see them put so much power into it, because it feels like someone's arm's going to fall off.
Yeah, and you can hear it through these headphones.
Riddle on the serve. Martinez with the bump set. Gets slammed down and out of bounds. Jade McIntyre on the attack once again. She's had lots of attacks so far in the second and third set. Getting the third point for Fullerton. So now we got Haley Della Riva now on the attack, or for the serve. She has 9 service aces prior to tonight's matchup. Received by Martinez. Going in for the attack and catches the line. It's going to be Caitlin Emma Casino, making it 12-3 in the third set. So now we have some more substitutions being made. Martinez and Burke come back in the court for Fullerton.
Looks like Martinez and Burke were kind of catching their breath a little bit.
So now we have Victoria Reza now on the attack for the serve. 12-3 in favor of the Chargers. Martinez on the bump receive. Mayfield on the set gets punched over the net by Poe. Free ball now for Cypress, and it is out of bounds. Too much power by Cypress.
Kind of stutter step there by Moretta Poe to kind of punch that one over. You saw Cypress kind of backing up, expecting it to go behind them, but Cypress does receive it pretty well, but just could not keep it in bounds.
Mayfield on the serve, down the middle, received by Riddle. Dinks it over the net, almost kept alive. No, they are unable to follow through. Moretta Poe and Corey Burke and Mayfield trying to dive for it, but unable to follow through and get her over the net. So now it's 13-4 for the Chargers.
For a second there, I thought they were going to pull off some amazing play and flip it back over. We've seen that with this match so far.
So Shayna Martinez hits that one into the net, and we've seen some crazy digs and deflections to get it over the net. I recall one by Cypress where one of their players dives for it, and then they just deflect it over with their arm just to get it over.
Yeah, and I'm kind of expecting stuff like that to happen now. It's been fun so far.
Perez now on the serve. Received well by Riddle. Coming in on the attack. Here comes Cypress. It's a cross-court attack, but received well by Martinez. It's a service or setter dump made by Mayfield. Martinez now on the dump, or on the dig. Gets tapped over the net by Fullerton. It's a free ball now. Back row attack, but it's out of bounds on the attack by Shayna Martinez from the back row.
Nice play by both of those liberos, picking up some digs in that little rally back and forth.
So now it's 13-6. Perez stays behind the baseline, but puts a little too much air underneath that serve. It goes past the baseline and another side out for Cypress. So now we have coming in for the Chargers, it's last year's third week State Player of the Week. It's Zoe Munn coming in for the serve. She leads the team in digs prior to tonight with 244. As that one goes into the net, it's another easy side out for Fullerton. As we have a great crowd here coming into tonight, almost filling up the entire bleachers for this conference matchup, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, for both sides too. And when the Cypress was kind of bouncing back in that second quarter, it was getting loud in here. It was a good playoff type atmosphere, if you will.
And the players are trying to write off that as well, as now we got Samantha Martinez on the serve. Going in for the cross-court attack. It is Bontemps on the attack, making it 15-7 now for the Chargers. So now we have Anissa Peony-Joe on the serve, trying to stretch that lead. It's 15-7, but Cypress almost came back in the second set. Fullerton now going to try to do the same. Mayfield sets it up from McIntyre, but gets received well by Cypress. Hits the ceiling and gets almost recovered by Elizabeth Perez with the dive, but hits it into the top of the net.
Great defense by Cypress, especially to receive that hard hit by McIntyre. I thought that was a point for sure. Great job for Cypress.
Peony-Joe now hits the top of the net. Perez on the recover. Cypress with the free ball, taps it over. Martinez on the receive, coming in. Castile with the attack, gets tapped into the net, but kept alive by Cypress. Perez almost kept alive by Fullerton.
Wow, nice back and forth action by both teams. It kind of got a little hung up there on Cypress's side. They were able to flip it over, and then Fullerton, same type of thing, but just couldn't quite get it over.
Peony-Joe still on the serve for Cypress. It's 17-7, a 10-point difference. Martinez on the receive. Castile coming in for the attack. She gets it through the block, making it 17-18, and gets a huge side out late in the third set.
Yeah, kind of catches Peony-Joe a little awkward there. Get the ball back for the Hornets, start tripping away at this lead.
It's Haas with the cross-court serve. Cypress going in for the attack. It's too far out of bounds with Anissa Peony-Joe on the attack as it goes past the baseline. Now Fullerton's only down by 8. Haas on the serve once again behind the baseline. Another cross-court serve received by Toulette. Gets blocked by both Mayfield and McIntyre, but instead goes down their own side of the net and hits the floor.
Kind of catches a little rotation, stays on their side of the court, flips out. Unfortunate but for Fullerton.
Ferreira now on the serve for Cypress once again. Cross-court serve received well, made by Mayfield. Mayfield now coming in for the attack, hits it towards the middle of the court, but received by Peony-Joe. Tapped over the net was Shayna Martinez, making it another 10-point differential. It's 19-9. Fullerton will use their second and final timeout of the third set.
Okay. Fullerton College students, athletes are all in. United in serving our campus and local communities by supporting causes that make a difference. Join us and be all in too. The food drive for Fullerton College, Chris Lamb and Tony Dubois Walker Memorial Food Bank. The food bank is experiencing a large increase in the number of students in need of food bank's resources. Donations are accepted at the PA Division office and at the gate of all FC home athletic contests. Canned foods, rice and other grains, pasta, dried fruits and vegetables, powdered milk, and cereal are accepted. Please donate today.
So Fullerton used their second and final timeout of the second set. We are in the third set. Cypress took the first set 25-5. Fullerton recovered in the second set and won 25-22. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. Fullerton now coming in on the attack. Gets dinked over the net by Jade McIntyre. Gets it over the wall of Cypress, making it 10 points for Fullerton. They get into the double digits.
And just enough to keep it in bounds. Nice little play. I believe it was McIntyre up in there.
So now on the court right now for Fullerton, we got Taban, Martinez, Haas, Mayfield, Moretta Poe, and Taban.
Is that when Sales out of bounds there?
Meanwhile, for the Chargers, we got Riddle, Ferreira, Peony Joe, Casino, and Martinez. Riddle on the serve, received well by Taban. Gets slammed over and through the wall was in. Mayfield makes it 11 points for Fullerton. It's 20-11. As Fullerton's not out of the set yet, as we've seen in the second set with what Cypress tried to do. Fullerton's going to try to do the same right now.
A little tricky there. It looked like Mayfield kind of tipped it backwards. It looked like Cypress was kind of expecting her to pop it over.
De La Riva on the serve now. Cypress coming in on the attack. Goes off the hands of Fullerton with Shayna Martinez with lots of power. Makes it a double-digit lead once again, 21-11 in the third set.
Shayna Martinez, you can see why she's one of the top players in this conference. Tremendous power.
So Victoria Reza now behind the baseline. 4 points away from winning their second set of the match. Haas sets it, gets tapped over the net by Corey Burke. Cypress looks like they're going to recover though. We have a whistle here against Fullerton, so it's going to be a point made by Cypress. Fullerton doesn't like the call.
It appeared that Fullerton may have saved that one, but the officials say no.
Victoria Reza now, it's going to be a floater. It's a service ace for Reza as Moretta Poe trying to dive for it, but instead it catches right in the middle gap.
Yeah, kind of stuck up in the air there, kind of just dropped at the feet of Poe, trying to make a play. Wasn't close enough.
So 2 points away from victory. Hits the top of the net. Mayfield, though, able to recover. Kept alive by Martinez. Burke on the set. Poe on the attack. Hits the ceiling. Cypress, though, coming in for the attack. Great save made by Samantha Martinez. It's a setter dump made by Haas. Coming back in on the attack. Cypress trying to keep the ball alive. Tapped over the net by Fullerton, or Cypress Martinez. Over to Moretta Poe. Gets it through the block, and Moretta Poe, with lots of power, makes it 23-12.
Nice little rally there by Fullerton. Samantha Martinez had two nice plays on that. Little pancake at the bottom, close to the net, keeping that one alive early, and then patrolling the back court, like you said, helped pick up a huge point for Fullerton.
So Mayfield now on the serve, skims the top of the net. Diving dig made by Riddle. Coming in on the attack, hits the top of the net. Martinez recovers though. Mayfield on the serve, on the set. Martinez with the bump set to Moretta Poe. Off the hands of Cypress's Jessica Ferreira. It's another point for Fullerton. They're only down by 10 points now into the crunch time of the third set.
Nice shot by Moretta Poe. It looked like it would have sailed out of bounds, but Ferreira helping out Fullerton's cause there.
And Mayfield behind the baseline once again. Hits it down the middle. Riddle on the service receive. Coming in on the attack. Goes off the hands of Corey Burke, but unable to keep it on Cypress's side of the court. And now it is set point for the Chargers.
It looked like Botemp kind of jumped up in the middle of that court, kind of caught Fullerton kind of guessing maybe it was her that was going to deliver the blow. Guessing wrong, and they kind of awkwardly.
Shayna Martinez on the serve. Samantha Martinez on the receive. Hit over the net by Amelia Haas. Free ball for Cypress. Punched up by Samantha Martinez. Moretta Poe unable to reach it, and that's going to do it for the third set as the Chargers win the third set 25-13.
Little miscommunication in that back court there on that last play. It looked like Taban kind of ran into Mayfield. But it's been a nice, aggressive, I would say, match so far, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. Both teams they're not afraid to go for the setter dumps. They're trying to go for the feints or dinks over the blocks, and they're also not afraid to use that power on both sides of the court.
And you can tell two passionate teams. Every time they kind of make a mistake, you can kind of see them pick each other up and, get that energy up and get back into the match. Samantha Martinez is our player spotlight right now. She ranks first in digs, third in assists, and first in digs per set for the team against Riverside on September 21st. She had 8 assists, 3 service aces, and 15 digs in Fullerton's winning effort.
And speaking of Samantha Martinez, she's actually 8th in the conference for most digs and 94th in the state. As we take a look at our team comparison here, the Chargers have a 13-5 winning record, while in the conference play they are actually 5-3, while the Hornets are 7-11 overall with a 3-5 conference record. Kills at 788 for the Chargers compared to the Hornets 575. Assists, once again, also in favor of the Chargers. It's 705 assists to the Hornets 484. And crazy stat here, the Chargers as a team have over 1,000 digs compared to the Hornets 868. And also consistent attacks made by the Cypress Chargers as 15% of a attack percentage compared to the Hornets 10%. As we were talking about Samantha Martinez as a player spotlight earlier, for conference games only, she has 83 digs, 9th in the conference, while season overall 165 digs. Good enough for being the 94th best or most digs overall in the state for women's volleyball, which is incredible for Samantha Martinez because she's been incredible all season long diving over the court, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Samantha, definitely. I've seen, especially on that one of those last points that they got in that last period, she was all over. She you know, she had that little pancake at the net. She's been putting her body on the line for this Hornets volleyball team this season.
This is Hornet Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. My name is Jacob Fisk, and alongside me is Garrett Geimer. Set score is 2-1, currently in favor of the Chargers. The Hornets must win this set to keep this match alive, as we currently have Samantha Martinez, Elizabeth Perez, Jade McIntyre, and Mayfield, and Elizabeth Perez and Amelia Haas on the court for the Chargers, while we have Jubilee Allen, Ashlyn Riddle, and Shayna Martinez on the court for the Chargers. Coming out on the attack, it's a nice receive made by Amelia Haas coming in on the attack for the Hornets. Makes it 1-0 in the third set. Fourth set.
Castile right there, catching Riddle a little bit off guard, right at her feet for the point.
Amelia Haas on the serve, received well by Riddle. Coming in on the attack, it's slammed down the middle by Anissa Peony Joe.
Peony Joe with that strike. It looked like it just fell like a rock straight down into Fullerton's side of the court. Nice play.
So Tulate gets subbed out for Jessica Ferreira. She has 25 digs prior to coming in tonight and 8 service aces. Hits it down the middle, received, but attacked over the net by Cypress. As it's going to be 2-touch violation by the same player from Fullerton, so 2 points in a row now for the Chargers.
It looks like on that little setup by Fullerton initially, it kind of got a little bit too much air on it. Nearly went over, but Cypress was there to defend it.
Ferreira on the serve once again. Received by Mayfield. Coming in on the attack. It's tapped over the net by Mayfield. Coming in on the attack once again. Puts too much power on it, and out of bounds was Shayna Martinez. Evens this score up at 2 points apiece in the fourth set at
Martinez with that attack, she kind of got up in the air. Awkward body position, and that may have been a reason why that flew out of bounds.
Maylee Tabon now coming in on the serve. It's a service ace for Tabon. That's her 5th service ace of the season. Prior to tonight, she had 4 service aces. This is her first service ace of the match. Takes the first lead for the Hornets in the fourth set. Tabon on the serve once again, received by the Chargers. Trying to slam it down, gets denied by the hand of Jade McIntyre. Makes it 4-2 for Fullerton.
Looks like everybody on that Cypress team was expecting that Jubilee Allen strike the hit. After it was blocked, kind of nobody there to pick it up.
Tabon on the serve once again, received by Riddle. Coming in on the attack, it gets dinked over the net. And it gets tapped over the net by Mayfield. It's a free ball now for the Chargers. Coming in on the attack is Shayna Martinez, but it's out of bounds past the sideline. as it's 5-2 for the Hornets.
Just missed it. A little Fullerton's a little bad at it, but thankfully for Fullerton, she missed and point Fullerton.
Taban on the serve, received by the Chargers, coming in on the attack, tapped over the net. Martinez with the bump set, gets slammed by Moretta Poe, but gets denied by Jubilee Allen and Pesha Bontemps on the double block there. Gets the side out to make it 5-3.
Yeah, nice attempt by Poe there. Cypress defense stays strong.
Riddle now on the serve, diving dig made by Taban. Mayfield on the attack, kept alive by Riddle. Martinez now dumps it over the net. Poe now taps it over the net, hits the top of the net, goes off the hands and feet of Shayna Martinez and hits the floor for another score.
Yeah, that's how good Shayna Martinez is. Even if she's not even trying to get the ball, it'll bump off a foot, an elbow. She'll keep it off the ground.
So now we got Haley Della Riva behind the baseline for Fullerton. Hits it through the middle with a cross-court attack. Down the line, though, was Emma Casino on the attack. But it goes out of bounds, so now it's another score for the Hornets, keeping Della Riva on the serve. Della Riva now, cross-court serve. Free ball goes off the hands of Cypress, and Moretta Poe finishes it off with the free ball. Almost hits our camera crew here once again, making it 8-3.
That one kind of got me straight in my line of vision. I was right there. I kind of lost my perspective on the ball. Snuck up on me.
That time Shayna Martinez on the attack. Makes a side out now, so now Chargers get a point, making it 8-4. We have a substitution now. Emma Casino comes out, as well as Peony Joe. One of the subs coming in, and also behind the baseline is Victoria Reza, coming in to serve for the Chargers. Hits it down the middle. Samantha Martinez on the receive. Tapped over the net by Mayfield. Riddle with the bump set. Coming into Shayna Martinez on the attack there. Makes it 8-5.
Fullerton with the lead here, but it feels like it's kind of switching over to Cypress. They've kind of come out and had a lot more momentum so as of late.
Samantha Martinez on the receive. Almost gets kept alive by the Chargers, but unable to do so. Victoria Reza diving for it, but no one able to follow through. It's now a side out, 9-5 for the Hornets.
Nice little soft dunk by Poe. Catches that open area in the court.
And Mayfield now on the serve, leading the team for Fullerton in service aces. Shayna Martinez on the receive. Gets tapped over the net by Martinez. Free ball now for the Chargers. Coming in on the attack. Shayna Martinez slams it down off the hands of Corey Burke and Amelia Haas as it hits the floor. 9-6 now. Still in favor of the Hornets, but a side out for the Chargers. So Shayna Martinez now behind the baseline, who just scored. Coming in on the serve. Samantha Martinez now on the receive. Corey Burke on the attack. Coming back the other way. It's a back row attack by Shayna Martinez, but spikes it right into the net.
Martinez trying to drop that one. Jumped a little early or that ball came up to her a little bit more than she anticipated. It looks like she jumped a little early, kind of messed up the timing into the net.
Elizabeth Perez now on the serve, kept alive by Riddle, coming in on the attack. Cross-court attack was made by Kaylee Toulette, making it 10-7. As we have another substitution in. Samano gets subbed out for Zoe Munn. Once again, last year's State Player of the Week in Week 3. Going to try to make an impact here in the fourth set.
Zoe Munn, yeah, all-conference first team a year ago. One of the 4 returning sophomores for this Cypress team.
Bump set made by Mayfield, gets hit over the net by Haas. Free ball now for the Chargers. Shayna Martinez, or not Shayna Martinez, Kaylee Toulette on the attack there. Slams it into the ground. 10-8 now in favor of the Hornets still, but that lead is slowly disappearing. So Munn still behind the baseline for the Chargers. Cross-court serve. Corey Burke going in for the attack. Kept alive by the Chargers. Perez on the receive. Kept alive by the Hornets. Free ball, though, for the Chargers. Back row attack made by Shayna Martinez. Now only down by 1 point. It's 10-9. And keeping Zoe Munn behind that baseline. Munn now on the serve. It's another jump serve into the middle. Perez on the service receive. Tapped over the net. Free ball for the Chargers. Coming in on the attack, trying to tap it over, but unable to follow through. So another score for the Hornets. A huge side out here as it's 11-9.
Jubilee Allen, she's been poking those over all night, but that time just caught the net.
So now it's Samantha Martinez, one of our player spotlights on the serve. Chargers coming in on the attack. It's tapped over the net with Jubilee Allen not missing that time. Makes it 11-10. As we have more substitutions being made. Reza getting subbed out in exchange for Emma Casino. As we also see Bontemps leaving the court to see Peony Joe. Peony Joe now behind the baseline for the Chargers, trying to equalize this game at 11. Coming in on the attack, it's slammed out of bounds, but it's a double touch against the Hornets anyways. So now we are all tied up in the fourth set at 11 points each. Once again, the set score is 2-1 in favor of the Chargers, so the Hornets have to win this set to force a fifth set. Coming in on the attack with a cross-court attack was Castillo. Free ball now, gets punched over the net by Casino. Bump set by Martinez. Castillo going in for the attack, but gets blocked away by Jubilee Allen.
Jubilee Allen is becoming that player in this match that has kind of taken over the match so far.
So Chargers take the lead and grow on that lead with a service ace. Shayna Martinez on this, or not Shayna Martinez, Peony Joe on the serve. So it's 13-11 now in favor of the Chargers. We have a timeout, the first timeout of the fourth set, taken by the Hornets. This is the fourth set. The set score is 2-1 in favor of the Chargers. The Chargers. So Chargers won the first set 25-5. Dropped the second set to the Hornets 25-22. And then the Chargers took the third set 25-13.
Hey folks, Fullerton College student athletes are all in, united in serving our campus and local communities by supporting causes that make a difference. Join us and be all in with the food drive for Fullerton College. The donations will be accepted at the PA Division office and at all Fullerton College home athletic contests. Please donate today.
You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. We are in the fourth set. Chargers leading the set score 2-1. This is the fourth set. Chargers leading the fourth set 13-11. The Hornets are going to try to force a fifth and final set, but the Chargers are going to try to walk away with the victory as they're only 12 points away from walking away with another W.
Fullerton, they played this ranked team, Cypress team, tough so far.
Peony Joe on the serve. It gets tapped over the net made by the Hornets. Coming in on the attack with the free ball. Gets slammed down but denied by Jade McIntyre with the double touch made by the Chargers, making it 13-12. Still in favor of the Chargers, but now you have a side out for the Hornets.
Jade McIntyre, nice play. You can see that emotion on that Fullerton side as she got that one.
So now Amelia Haas behind the baseline coming in for the serve. Gets received well by the Chargers. Going in for a setter dump was Peony Joe. Coming in on the attack was Ann Mayfield. Gets it by the two-person wall. Ties this set up at 13 each. As the momentum is starting to feel to come over to the Fullerton side.
Yeah, and it started with that tremendous block or attack by McIntyre.
Chargers going to try to break that momentum, though. It's a mishandle made by Kaylee Toulette.
Toulette trying to tip it over, could not get a handle on it.
So now Hornets take the lead in the fourth set. Referees halting, though, the serve. Waiting for the referee's okay is Amelia Haas for the serve. Referee gives the okay for Amelia Haas. She comes in for the serve. It's a floater down the middle. A little bit of a mishandle, but able to keep it over and in between the antennas. Lots of power on the attack was Jade McIntyre. Makes it 15-13 as they controlled that point from the start of the serve to the end of the point.
Jade McIntyre got up for that one. Nice play by Fullerton, by her, to keep the momentum on Fullerton's side.
Amelia Haas on the serve once again. Slammed down but kept alive by McIntyre on the block. McIntyre dinks it over but kept alive by Munn. Coming in on the attack but kept alive with a diving dig but unable to follow through was Amelia Haas.
Camila Castillo coming up. She kind of expected McIntyre to take that one, but nice play by Fullerton. You can kind of see the momentum is on their side right now.
So it's 15-14 in favor of the Hornets. But the Chargers are going to try to tie this thing up right here and right now with Perez on the receive. Coming in with another dink was Ann Mayfield. Shayna Martinez on the attack. Hits the top of the net. Perez, though, hits it over to Ann Mayfield. Hits the top of the net and hits the floor. It's Ann Mayfield once again. It's 16-14.
Little assist with the net to help her get it over those two blockers and just drop dead right behind them. And Mayfield steals the ball back for Fullerton to continue this dominant run for them.
Perez and Castillo get subbed out. We have Grace Taban now in for Fullerton on the serve. Knocks Cypress off balance as it is out of bounds. Cypress unable to follow through on the attack. So another score here for Fullerton as the Chargers are going to use their first timeout of the fourth set. This is the fourth set. The set score is 17-14 in favor of the Hornets. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. And Garrett, I got to say here, first set it's Cypress momentum. Second set Fullerton. Third set is Cypress, and now it's back to Fullerton. We're getting some back and forth action here.
Yeah, you can tell the energy for Fullerton is just way up right now. We're over kind of more towards Cypress. It's kind of quiet over here right now, but you know, we know they can get loud as we've seen earlier this match, like you said.
And could you tell, like, this is a match that they really, really want to put all their effort into, because they said before this match that Amelia Haas and Martinez wanted to win this match more than any other game this season.
Yeah, we keep saying it. You know, they've talked it over in that locker room.
Samantha Martinez hits that out of bounds on the serve.
Maybe a little bit too much of that emotion there.
So now Ashlyn Riddle now coming in for the serve for the Chargers. In the fourth set here, Chargers are going to try to wrap this game up. Received by Taban. Gets set over to Mayfield with the attack, but kept alive by the Chargers. Coming in on the attack off the hands of Jade McIntyre, but too much power.
And just like that, 2 straight points for Cypress. You can kind of see them start to kind of turn it up a little bit on Fullerton.
So now it's Ashlyn Riddle, only down by 1 point now is the Chargers, 17-16. Almost hits the basketball hoop on the receive as Martinez now bumps it over the net. Shayna Martinez goes in for the attack, kept alive by Samantha Martinez once again. Slammed down by the Hornets. Back on the attack, though. It's a free ball. Moretta Poe going in for a dink, but unable to follow through. Off the hands of Moretta Poe. Moretta Poe coming in for the attack. It's a cross-court attack off the hands of Shayna Martinez. And a huge point for the Hornets to make it 18-16.
Fluttered into that Cypress bench. Regained the ball for Fullerton in a dominating fashion.
So we have McIntyre and Samantha Martinez subbed out. Chargers coming in on the attack. Gets denied by Moretta Poe with the double block. Alongside her was Ariana Isla. So Cypress gets the point there. Victoria Reza gonna try to equalize this. Reza on the serve. Taban on the receive. To Haas, to Moretta Poe on the attack, and it gets hit under the net by Paisha Bontemps. So just like that, Fullerton bounces back, and now it's 19-17.
And it didn't look like Moretta Poe got that one as much as she wanted to. Kind of helped it kind of flutter over there on Cypress's side.
Mayfield on the serve. Received well by Shayna Martinez. Coming in on the attack and spiked into the net directly was Bontemps on the attack. So now the Hornets get to the 20-point milestone. It's 20-17 in the fourth set. Hornets are 5 points away from forcing a fifth and final set.
They have really played this Cypress team really well. Again, this is a ranked Cypress team.
Riddle on the receive, gets tapped over the net by Samano. Coming in on the attack is Moretta Poe, hits the top of the net but kept alive. Cypress now coming on the attack with the free ball, gets denied by Moretta Poe. Riddle with the bump set, slams it down and goes off the hands of Fullerton's own Ann Mayfield. It's 20-18 now with a huge side out for Cypress.
Cypress isn't going to go out without a fight here. Kind of turning it up again.
So now Shayna Martinez leading the team in points for Cypress on the serve. Samantha Martinez on the receive. Moretta Poe goes in for the attack, kept alive by Riddle, hits the ceiling. Coming back in on the attack was Toulette. Martinez with the bump set, but we have a point scored for Cypress. So now it's only a 1-point differential with Shayna Martinez staying behind the baseline. Moretta Poe on the receive to Mayfield. Moretta Poe on the attack with a cross-court attack. Shayna Martinez trying to get underneath it, but not able to follow through. So it's 21-19. Hornets only 4 points away, but a little bit of a nerve-wracking ending here for the fourth set, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and on that last attack, you can see Poe kind of came up with a smile on her face. She saw that hole.
A little bit of a service error there by Elizabeth Perez. So now it's 21-20 as we have a substitution being made. Ashlyn Riddle gets subbed out. Alongside her was Larissa Samano. And one of the players coming in was Jubilee Allen and Zoe Munn. Zoe Munn coming in for the serve. She leads the team in digs prior to coming into tonight, as she's coming in for the serve. Perez on the receive. Martinez with the bump set, hit back over. Bumps back over the net. Free ball for the Chargers now, trying to slam it down, but it's out of bounds. Jubilee Allen on the attack, so now it's 22-20 after that miss.
Fullerton now, you know, we've seen how quick the momentum can switch. Let's see if Samantha Martinez can put some on the court and
Samano now and Riddle getting subbed in for the Chargers. Samantha Martinez behind the baseline now for Fullerton. Coming in on the attack. Coming in on the attack was Kaylee Toulette on the attack. Too much power for the Hornets to handle, and it's now a 1-point set here, 22-21. More substitutions being made by the Chargers as we see Emma Casino being subbed back in, as well as Peony Joe as Peony Joe is now behind the baseline trying to equalize this set at 22 apiece. Down the line serve received. Mayfield with the bump set. It gets hit into the net by Castillo. We are all tied up here into the crunch time here in the fourth set. It's 22-22.
And it feels like, again, that momentum switched back to Cypress, but Jacob, we might see more than 25 points scored in this for a winner.
Peony Joe on the serve. Martinez on the receive. Bumped over the net by Perez. Here comes the attack. On the outside, it is inbounds on the attack. Casino on the attack makes it 23-22. As we have a timeout now taken by Fullerton. This is Hornet Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK.
Fullerton calling a timeout, trying to kind of regroup, catch the momentum, if you will. Chargers scored 5 unanswered points right now.
So this is the fourth set. The score is 23-22 in favor of the Chargers. Chargers won the first set 25-5. Fullerton responded with the 25-22 second set. And Chargers regained momentum in the third set 25-13. And now they look to once and for all end this match in the fourth set. So Fullerton is now out of timeouts for this set. As it's Peony Joe on the serve, but it's a service error. It's a huge mistake that's going to be taken advantage by the Hornets. Now it's win by 2 for either school to win the fourth set.
And we can hear the crowd now getting into it.
Haas on the serve, received well by Riddle. Chargers with the free ball, coming in on the attack. Blocked away by the hands of McIntyre. Haas with this receive. Into the net on the attack with Shayna Martinez. It's set point for Fullerton. They have the chance to force a fifth and final set, but they have to score the final point. It's a timeout taken by Cypress to try to calm their team down. This is the fourth set. It's 24-23 in favor of the Hornets. Hornets have set point here. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK.
Jade McIntyre with a nice attack there. You know, we can see momentum. We hear that Fullerton crowd getting loud. We're getting into it. It's been fun so far. Let's see if Fullerton can maintain.
You know, interestingly enough, from a technical production standpoint, I think this is the loudest sound we had the entire game, was that last little row there from everyone.
I feel you, Jerry. I can hear everything. I hear the crowd, the loud attacks. It's been fun so far.
Even with the headphones on, we can get everything, man. The energy is crazy right now.
So both teams are now out of their 2 timeouts for the fourth set. It's set point here. Can Amelia Haas once and for all end this set? It's received by Riddle. Set by Peony Joe. Coming in on the attack with lots of power is Toulette. Kaylee Toulette forces it to be 24-24. And like you said, Garrett, it's going to be more than 25 points needed to win this set. It is win by 2. The first team to score or win by 2 points will win the set. We're either going to see a fifth set force or we're going to see this game end in the fourth set. Martinez on the receive. Slammed down by McIntyre, but kept alive. Coming in on the attack, Shayna Martinez gets the attack. It's match point for the Chargers here with the huge power and strength by Shayna Martinez.
And this place just got loud after that slam down. You know, both these teams.
Here we go, coming in on the attack. Slammed down but denied. It's another chance here. Haas on the receive. It gets dumped over the net, made by Ann Mayfield. Keeps this game alive. It's 25-25.
And talk about electricity from the crowd today. Oh my goodness, everyone's in it today.
Everybody's feeding off of it, even us here at the table.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm hyped right now. We even got the basketball team up in the corner. They're showing their support.
I'm afraid I'm going to lose my voice at the end of this. Tabon on the serve. Chargers with the free ball. Shayna Martinez on the attack. Goes off the hands of Ann Mayfield. It's another match point here for the Chargers. The second match point of the night. Can the Chargers finally put the Hornets away here? It's Ashlyn Riddle behind the baseline. We're going to see if the Chargers can once again score a huge point here, but it's into the net. Too much pressure by Ashlyn Riddle. It's 26-26. It's a huge side out now after that service error, and you got De La Riva now on the serve. She has 9 service aces prior to coming into tonight. Has to at least get the ball in play. Cross-court serve, kept alive by Shayna Martinez. Shayna Martinez now coming in for the attack, off the hands of Corey Burke. Free ball for the Hornets. Kept alive though by Ferrana. Martinez on the attack once again. Shayna Martinez, 27-26. The third match point opportunity here for the Chargers. Hornets trying to hang on. Emma Casino now on the serve behind the baseline. Has to get the ball in play. A chance to wrap this match up once and for all. Coming in, Beretta Poe on the attack. It's long, it's out of bounds. And the Chargers win this 4-set thriller. 3-1 with the last set ending 28-26. So the next game for the Fullerton Chargers, or for the Fullerton Hornets, is going to be against Riverside on the road on October 21st, while the Cypress Chargers will be taking on Santa Ana at home on October 21st. Final score, 3-1 in favor of the Cypress Chargers. My name is Jacob Fisk, and alongside me was Garrett Geimer. Jerry Roque on the technical production. As we once again thank you for tuning in. You have been watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK.